Okay, M7S Melee walkthrough. If you haven't seen my videos before, this is not a full guide, this is a Melee walkthrough. If you want a full guide, I suggest looking up Hector or one of the many raid plans. But in this video, spoiler alert, we don't actually clear it in this, but we get to Enrage and see all the mechanics. I forgot to press record the night that I got this reclear, but we get to see all the mechanics, so it'll work just fine. I'm Melee 2 in this, so let's get this going. This fight is actually not that bad. Like, the hardest part about this fight, for Melee at least, is the DPS check. The DPS check is surprisingly tight, even considering that, like, we're like over a month into the tier already. Starts out with Raid Wide. This is physical, so Feint actually works quite well on that. If you're Melee 1, you get the first one. Alright, and then this mechanic is going to come many times throughout the entire encounter. So if you see his weapon, he's either going to have a club or he's going to have a sword. If he has a club, he's going to do a point blank around him. If he has a sword, he's going to do a donut. So we're going to have to go out here in a second. But he's going to do one more thing. He's going to start casting something. Okay. He does a smash here. So he's going to do either a smash here or a smash there. So he's doing two mechanics at once. He has the club, which means we're going out. And the smash here means he's going to drop a tank buster on the closest target. So this is easy for us because we have to go out and stay out. So the tank can go in and be the closest target. So this could be any combination of out and in and close and far. And you're just going to have to pay attention and figure out which one it is. So this one's easy. We're going out and staying out. And you can usually go max melee and the tank will go inside the hitbox. It'll be fine. Super simple so far. Spore Sack. He's going to drop seeds that grow. And we're going to go behind the boss. And he's going... So Sinister Seeds is going to put debuffs on people, but we're going to worry about that in a second. First, the plants that are going to grow, we are going to have to go either this way or that way. And we're going to figure out where that is by the plants that grow. So if we look here, you're looking for this single plant, okay? So the end of the plant is going to explode. So because the single plant is going this way, the safe spot is going to be to the other side of the single plant. You can see there's no single plant over here, so it's safe over here. It happens pretty quick, but it's right in the beginning of the fight, so you get lots of practice. There we go. So as you can see, that single plant was here and exploded here. Now in this safe spot here, all the melee needs to be close and the range need to be far. It's because this next mechanic is semi-baited. So he's going to do the 4 closest people and the 4 farthest people are going to get 2 different types of mechanics. Which one you get is going to be random. You're either going to get circles underneath you or you're going to get seeds. So let's see which one it is. Okay, so we get the seeds. That's the pink circles. Everyone else drops the AoEs that goes out. So we as Melee, we want the pink circles. As soon as we can, there's a little circle on the ground at your clock position right there. You're going to drop this pink circle right there because the pink circle is going to drop other stuff. It's going to drop a star. Let's go back a second. If we had the opposite, if we had these orange circles instead of the pink, then what we would do is we would head backwards to the corner, and Melee 2 would go to the right, Melee 1 go to the left. Regardless of which one that you get, once you're done with whichever one that you get, you're going to go to east-west of the boss. So we're going to drop it on that circle, and then you can see there are these stars, okay? And these stars are going to come back throughout the whole fight as well. And you can see that there's a safe spot that we made, this triangle safe spot that we made if everyone drops their star in the right spot, that we can stand. And there's going to be a 4-person party stack here. So Melee 2 is going to be on the east side, Melee 1 would be on the west side. And then, wherever you started, the people with the orange circles, those orange circles are going to explode again, but bigger. So because the orange circles, well, the whole group started on this side because of the seeds, so we're going to have to go diagonally from there. That's how we know where to go here. Ads are up. So the ads, as a melee, we just have to kill them. The tanks and maybe the fizz range is going to interrupt. We're just going to kill the ads, and we're going to look for a safe spot on the ground. So you can see in this one, we had a safe spot appear, you know, all over here, so we can just move there. It's going to be a little different every pull. If the tanks are good, know what they're doing, then, you know, it gets easier. A lot of groups now, they'll kill the ads before anything bad happens. And in just like normal mode, you're going to have to line of sight the boss with the ads, or even their dead bodies. So I'm going to go behind an ad, go max melee, keep hitting the boss, and that's gaze doesn't hit me because I line of sighted around the ad. Okay. And this is just like normal mode too. There's an AoE here, then here, then here. This really hurts, but with a little bit of mitigation, you should be able to keep uptime here if you just go in the direction that it explodes. So see, I'm opposite from the first explosion, and I'm just going to try and stay max melee and go around. If I get nervous, if I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage, I will disengage, get more distance. With a little mitigation, it should be fine. You can see I'm just circling around the boss. And then the boss is going to get another weapon. He gets a sword this time, so there's going to be a donut. So we're going to have to start in. And then he's going to do a cast, just like before. And this is smash there. So that means he's going to target the farthest player. So again, this is easy for us, because it's a circle. So we go in, and then we just stay in, because the tank has to go out. So we are in, and we are in. And the tank goes out. That was a little sketchy, because the tank was behind us. Okay. Pulp Smash, he's going to... we're going to have to stack for this, and then he's going to do a cone on every player, so you're going to go to your clocks. The first... there's no markers on the first platform, so we're going to have to look at our clocks from the map. So you can see the map here. I'm melee 2, so I'm southeast, so I'm pointing my camera southeast. So as soon as he jumps, I can just move forward, because I'm already pointing towards my clock. And cone. This is your 2-minute window. You should be popping it here. Because you should be able to get all of your 2-minute in before this. And just like normal mode, you're going to stand north, basically right up against the edge, and he's going to knock us backwards. Pretty quick. When you first get in here, it's probably going to take a little bit to get all those mechanics down, but once you get them, like, they're not hard. Phase 2. Boy, this music goes hard. Okay, he's gonna get a weapon. It's a sword. Sword means in. He's gonna go to a random wall. So we're gonna go in towards the random wall. So he's gonna do a donut. And then, after every time he jumps to a new wall and does an in or an out on phase 2, he's gonna do a glower power. A glower power is just going to do a big laser in front of him. You can have full uptime here. As melee 2, if you see this box, right? It's right next to the marker. If you stand like, see this inside box here? If you stand like right in the middle there, you can actually melee the boss and not get hit. It's really nerve-wracking when you're first learning the fight, but that's where you should stand. There's another spot on the other side for melee 1. I'm normally melee 2. I think the other spot for melee 1 is like right here in the corner of this little box. Little bit of experimentation, you should be fine. You shouldn't kill anybody with it. Revenge of the Vines is just an AoE. Then you should tether a tank. See, I'm kind of inching towards the middle of the wall here. That's because the boss is going to put a proximity AoE on one of the tanks. That proximity is going to go all the way to the corner, and we want to be as far away as possible. And so we can stay max melee. See, I'm still hitting the boss from here, and still be pretty far away. And sometimes, if I'm a little leery about the the healers in my group, because I'm a Viper, and Vipers have coil, I might take a few steps back and drop a coil. You can see that, just to get a little bit more distance. You don't have to do that, you should be fine. I'm not even sure if it makes much of a difference, because it looks like I took the same amount of damage as the other melee that didn't do that. But, I mean, I'm a Viper, I can disengage and be fine. Spore Explosion is just going to be circles on the ground. There's going to be 3 circles, and we're going to have to dodge into one of them. The safest way to do this is to go for a 3-to-1 dodge. Honestly, as long as you pop sprint and you're paying attention, a 2-to-1 dodge is fine. And what I mean by that is, if you watch here, so the first circle just went down, I go next to it, and the second circle is right on top of me. So this is going to be tight, but it's fine. I pop sprint, and I'm looking on the ground. I'm looking at this first circle. As soon as this first circle disappears, I book it to the middle of that first circle. Pop sprint. Goes away, I pop it there, and you're fine. It's a little tight. Again, it's safer to do a 3-to-1, but honestly, I've had more mistakes trying to force a 3-to-1 than just doing a 2-to-1. He's going to go to another thing. He's doing an in, and then we go to the same spot. The pattern on the floor is the same on either wall. Revenge of the Vines is an AoE. It's gonna be another long video, isn't it? There's gonna be another proximity AoE. This is just like the other one. So you're just gonna go max melee on the side. I get a little bit more distance because I'm a Viper and coil is overpowered. And then Strange Seeds. Okay, so Strange Seeds is like the first wall of the fight. In my opinion, at least. But it's really easy. You just need to remember 2 spots. Okay? So, you're gonna... Random people are gonna get Seeds, which is the pink circle from the first phase. And it's gonna drop a thing. Oh, my music stopped. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So you're gonna get a pink circle around you. The first pink circle goes to the wall. The second pink circle goes on the marker, and you alternate. Okay, so you just gotta pay attention. If you're not doing either of that as a melee, you're just gonna stand right here. So you can see the this arrow. You're gonna stand near the tip of the arrow inside the hitbox. Okay. If you're not doing anything, you're standing there. If you get the first or third circle, see this excuse me, this box here, this kind of rectangle here. You're gonna go in line with that line, and you're gonna stand right here. Okay. If you get the second or the third pink circle, you're gonna stand right here. There's a marker there. Okay. And if you're not doing either of those things, you're standing here. That's the whole mechanic. Okay. Everybody has these set spots because we're doing locked seeds. Okay. So when the cast starts, I usually say out loud, wall, because the first seeds go to the wall. So I'm saying wall. I don't get it, so I go to the safe spot. The wall drops. Next I say marker, and that's me, so I go to the marker, and I drop it there. And then I'm done. Once I drop a seed, I'm done. And you can see there should be a safe spot right here for every time. You still want to pay attention because sometimes people stand a little weird and you might need to shift an inch, you know, forward or back or whatever. But this should be, if everyone's doing it right, this should be safe for the entire mechanic is right in front. And there's going to be 4 rounds of this. Wall, marker, wall, marker. After all that, one roll is going to get a stack marker. And you're going to take you always take the stack marker to the wall. So if you're melee 2, you're going to take it in same place that you dropped your seeds. You're going to take it in line with that line. If you're melee 1, you're all the way at the corner. You can't see it here, but it's just the corner. Okay, and then you go to the same safe spot, check the weapon. It's a club, so we're going to go out. Out, and then go to your melee spot for the glower. You're going to die a lot at that, because everyone in the group has to do it right? But it really is that simple. You just need to remember 2 spots. Technically 3, the safe spot too. But wall and marker. Power Slam is getting into phase 3. And you should be below 50% at this point if you want to be in line to kill the boss. I'm pretty sure I killed it with this group whenever I recorded this. But we just had a bunch of deaths, so we hit the enrage in this ball. All right, phase 3. This is mostly a combination of everything that you've seen. You definitely want to. This is generally where you're going to use your second pot. You pot on pull and you pot here, and you can even squeeze out a third pot at the very end. All right. So now he's going to get 2 weapons. So he's always going to have one of each. So he has a sword and he has a club. The one that he's going to use is going to glow. He's going to tether to a wall. Okay, so the sword is glowing. So he's going to do a donut, so we have to get close to him to whatever wall he's tethered to. 2. Alright, and then he's going to do a lariat, just like from M3. And the safe side is always the side that still has a weapon. You can see his sword disappeared. There's no sword there. So whatever sword has the weapon, whatever side has the weapon, you're going to go on that side. He's going to do a lariat. And then after he does a lariat, he's going to tether to a new wall. See, this vine is tethering that way, and he has a club, so we're going to be out. And again, I'm a Viper, so I'm just gonna like hit him with 3 coils and have full uptime because Vipers are awesome. Okay, after he does that, he's gonna do another Glower Power. The safe spot for the melee to go is what I do is you can see this line right here from his hitbox. See that line? See where it meets the wall? I'm right inside where it meets the wall. That's where you stand. See that? Right inside where it meets the wall, and you should be fine. Slaminator, a tank is going to take that. You don't have to do it. Brutal Impact, I'm melee 2. This is the second Brutal Impact of phase 3, so this is my feint. Stoneringer, this is exactly the same as the beginning of the fight. He gets a weapon, it's a club, so we're going to go out. He's going to do a cast. Smash there is this farthest target, so we're going to go in. Tank stays out. It hits the tank. I will say outside, I will say out loud, out then in, you know, while I'm doing this. Debris Deathmatch. This is the biggest wall of the fight. You're going to wipe a lot to Debris Deathmatch. Us as melee, completely, utterly easy. We have very little responsibility. It's the ranged and the healers that constantly die here. So, they have to take these tethers. The melee 1 is going to be west side, melee 2 is going to be east side. And what we're going to do is while the range and the healers are doing tether things, we're going to hit the boss, and we're gonna dodge seeds just like in the beginning of the fight. Okay, so we can see that there's a vine going this way, so there's gonna be an AoE this way. We go away from that. Okay, and then again, I'm east side, so I'm gonna go to the east side. Now, either you or whichever healer is on this side is gonna get this stack. Doesn't matter, you're gonna be stacking together anyway. Some groups are dropping this right on the wall, but most groups that I'm in, there's like a line on the floor going here. You want to drop it around there. If everyone drops it at about the same spot, after you drop it, you can see there's a corner or a triangle of safety there. So you stack with your healer or ranged, and then you find the safe spot. And you can see there's ads. Ignore the ads. Keep hitting the boss. The tank should have aggro on the ads, and the boss is going to do another gaze, just like the beginning of the fight. And we just have to line of sight behind the ad. The ads are going to follow the tank. So see, the tank is right here. If I was trying to line of sight this one, the ad's going to move and I might get hit. So I always try and find the tank and just stand on top of the tank. So we line of sight behind the ad. The ads become petrified and can get one shot. Really easy for us, right? As a melee, we do almost nothing. So it's all on everybody else to do this. It's kind of frustrating because I wiped. It was really, really hard to do in Party Finder. Like, so many wipes wiped here in Party Finder, and there's nothing I could do to help. Because we don't do anything, it's everybody else. After Debris Deathmatch, we're going to get another Sinister Seeds. So all of the melee and the tanks are going to go northwest. Okay, over there. Now, you are either going to get orange circles, or you're going to get pink seeds, like a few other times in the fight. So if we have orange circles, we're going to drop those circles. We're going to bait them clockwise. So we're going to drop them here and keep rotating clockwise. If we had the pink circles like you see here, you're just going to drop them on your clock. So for Melee 2, it'd be south. The marker on southeast. That's why the markers are here. So we go clockwise. Then, remember, all of those AoEs that we dropped, they're going to explode again bigger. So we're going to look at the floor, and we can see this triangle here of safety. Okay, because that's in line with the star that just dropped. Go kind of far in there. And we're going to get another stack. So there's two different ways we can do this. This is the boss relative way, because he's coming towards the circle. So he's going to jump on us, and then just like the beginning of the fight, there's going to be cones. We are Melee 2, which means we're southeast, but that's going to be boss relative. So if we would look at this, okay. So the boss is facing the corner, so that's relative north. That means relative south is there, and we need to go southeast. So our relative spot is going to be here. Okay? If we had the other option, if we drop the seeds, the boss would be in the center, and we do true north for that. It's just something you have to remember. And as you can see, people died. We had a few deaths in this run, so that's why we hit and rage. But I go to my relative southeast, we get a cone, and another brutal impact. Pretty sure that's Melee 1's. And that's pretty much the fight. There's a little bit more. But it's all pretty easy. So if you look at the next part, if you've gotten this far, like, you can clear the fight. So he's going to get 2 weapons again. And he's going to do another Strange Seed. So this a few things are going to happen. First, for the Strange Seeds, one roll, either supports or DPS are going to get more pink circles that drop stars. We're going to be in our quadrant, so my clock is C, and my healer is there as well. Whoever gets the pink circle is going to stand on the marker. Okay? So our marker is C because we're melee 2. I don't get it, so I just don't get hit by that. And then just look at the boss. The boss is doing a sword, is glowing, so we're going to have to go close, and he's going to that wall. So we're going to have to go close to there. I just whoop, go in. So there's a triangle here where we can stand and be close at the same time. Go. And then he's going to do a lariat, just like before. The side with the weapon is the safe side. And we didn't have the circles before, so we're going to drop them now. So you're always going to drop it on your marker. You just might be first or you might be second. We drop it on there, and he has a club. So he's either the same thing, we're going to have to go close or far. He has a club, so I'm going to be far, so I'm just going to find whatever safe spot I can. Slaminator is taken by a tank. And then Stone Ringer is just like the beginning of the fight. He's going to get a weapon. He has a sword, so we're going to go in, look for the cast. It's there, so we're going to go in and in. He's going to do a few more things. At this point, the boss should be close to dead. We just had too many deaths in this run, so this is going to be a wipe. But I don't think I made any mistakes in this run, so you can see this point of view and it'll be fine for educational purposes. What a lot of groups are doing is they're holding their last 2-minute window for pots at the end. It's kind of inconsistent, but as more weeks go by, Gear should fix this and it should be really easy. We're 2.5% off with a bunch of deaths. And that's the fight. So hopefully this was helpful. If it wasn't, I don't know why you're still here. I'm still progging 4, but hopefully I clear that soon. I can do a video of that as well. Have a good one.